Hey everybody, welcome to EDUT 580. My name is Bill Selleck. I am your instructor for the course. See a lot of familiar faces, so hello again. Unless you've not been in one of my courses before, in which case, hi, I'm Bill. I'm a laptop literally on my lap right now. I'm hiding in a corner because it is our last day of winter break. Our kids are, not our, but my wife and I's kids are now 4, 6, and 8. So I don't know this winter vacation. It's definitely been a winter break. You're either coming off of your last day of winter break or you went back for like an unfortunate couple days. Hopefully you found some time to maybe not, if you have young ones like me, rest, but have a change of pace. So I definitely had a change of pace. We spent some time up in Big Bear. My mother-in-law lives there, went to the ocean, which is in Northern California isn't so much a beach as like an ocean. Moss Landing State Beach. It was awesome. If you're following me on Instagram, or as the kids call it, Insta, you saw that. It's been fun. It's been exhausting. So let's jump into 580, shall we? First thing you want to do is be able to meet your instructor. That's me. You'll find that I am Director of Technology at Hillbrook School. We're an independent K-8 school in Los Gatos, kind of San Jose area. If you're ever in the area, feel free to say hello. Welcome to show you around Hillbrook. It is a magical place. It is everything I believe schools can and should be, and it's cool stuff. It's super cool. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. Before that, I was teaching kindergarten, second grade, fourth and fifth grade music, so elementary, but I've definitely spent a lot of time doing middle school stuff. And yeah, should we jump into the course? We shall. You already clicked on Meet Your Instructor. If you click on Syllabus Handbook Text, you will find the syllabus. There's a few things you should definitely start with immediately, like as soon as this video is done. Read through the syllabus as always. Pay close attention to when items are due, particularly late items, because things are due when they're due. So please don't turn anything in late unless we arrange ahead of time. You unfortunately get a 0 if you've not submitted by the due date. So look at the syllabus, look at all of that stuff. One other thing that's super useful that I wish I had when I was doing my graduate work is the Writing Center. It would be worth noting right now that the Writing Center has like a 3-day turnaround on average, sometimes quicker, sometimes it's longer. So when you take advantage of that, and I super recommend you do for this course, if you've never looked at the Writing Center, this is the moment to do that. This is the course. When you're doing a research methods class, you want that feedback from them. So you're going to want to plan accordingly so that you get 3 business days or weekdays for them to review their stuff. So this course looks at educational research. It looks at issues in education, looks at qualitative research methods, and it looks at research articles. So this is, in my brain, I always have 580 and 605 as kind of part 1 and part 2, or like there's 580 and then the sequel, or maybe 605 is like the movie and this is the prequel. Whatever it is, they're pals. As my second grader would say, they're besties. I don't know why they say that. My first grader says that also. So that's what we're going to be doing in here. This course used to be so much work. Like it was overwhelming. And now it's a lot of work. It's a lot, but it's changed a lot. And I think that if you were able to have taken this course before and then take it again now, you'll be like, wow, this is super useful. So just know that a lot of work and a lot of thought and a lot of conversations have happened around this course. And this is the course with much less work. Hopefully you're still on the Syllabus Handbook text page inside of Blackboard. The other thing you definitely want to do now, today, very, very soon, is read through the entire capstone handbook. That is something I wish I had when I took courses like this. Super well designed. I had very little to do with it, so you don't need to thank me for it. But it walks you through what capstone project is. And again, this is kind of part 1 of it. It was revised just this past summer, so it's in really good shape. Walks you through what the graduate learning outcomes are, what 580 is, research and education, what 605 is, how those connect, the timeline for 580, timeline for 605, what the writing requirements are for capstone, looking at ethical research requirements. Remember in 501 you did that? If you were with me in 501, I was like, you'll be thankful in 580. Now we're here and you are thankful. So just read through all of that. I'm not going to read it for you. I'm not going to read through the rest of the syllabus for you, but make sure you go through all of that. There are 2 major texts in addition to the APA one. I think it might be useful just to actually kind of look at what the assignments are. And then if you click over to the week 1 video, we'll go into week 1 in more detail. So that first assignment, the library research review, I'm going to cover in the week 1 video. That's already there. That's ready for you. So I'm going to skip over that. That's due at the end of week 1. If we look ahead to week 3, by the end of week 3, you have your second assignment. You're going to be looking at chapter 1 and then chapter 3 of your primary text. So the first one, that first assignment, chapter 1, at the end of week 3, you're going to be looking at a problem or a purpose for your research, looking at what, so if we take a little bit, step back and look at actually kind of the capstone language, it's going to be your problem statement and your purpose statement. You're going to find something that you can actually address, something you have control of in your classroom or at your school, and then you're going to start looking at the beginning of your problem in your purpose statements. There's a whole bunch of checklists at the end of the Google Doc for assignment number 2, looking at the purpose of your study, subjectivity statement, definition of terms. As always, look at the rubric as you go through it. You'll see that this is going to tee you up to be really successful in 605. So by itself, it might feel a little disjointed, but if you've read the capstone handbook, you'll go, oh, okay, got it. That totally makes sense. The annotated bibliography is due at the end of week number 4. With this, you're going to gather current credible literature. The library orientation that's due at the end of week 1 walks you through how to find literature, and you're going to do a lit review. This is very, very different from a doctoral review where you're going to do all of the review of everything anyone's ever written about the topic, and you're going to find 8 sources, which is much, much less at a starting point. So you don't end with 8, you start with 16, and then you're going to eventually narrow it down. So you just really look at the rubric, and it's going to walk you through what the lit review is. We'll talk more about it. There's also a great template that Columbia College has called, appropriately titled, How to Create an Annotated Bibliography. And if you go through those 2 pages, it does a really good job of laying that out. It'd be noted at this point, oops, sorry, again, you're on my lap. My laptop is on my lap with the camera and whatever, hiding in the corner from my kids at this point. That's going to be part number 1. So it's assignment 3A. Assignment 3B is the second part of the annotated bibliography. A is due week 4, B is due week 5. With this one, you're really just going to finish it up, right? I'll get into more details in week 4 and 5. Just know that's kind of a part 1 and a part 2 due weeks 4 and weeks number 5. In 580, this course, we're looking at chapters 1 and chapters 3 of your text. Chapter 3 looks at the methods. So looking at the role of the research, or the researcher, that will be you, and then your plan for exploring the problem. So that's where you start to cite your literature, where you look at your reflective journal, and all that good stuff. So again, we'll dig more into what chapter 3 looks like. Just for now, know it's the methods. And then assignment 5, due week 8. Remember, week 8 ends on a Friday. It is due on a Friday. Is the exploratory capstone project proposal. So this one is where you have your revised and formatted proposal, and you're actually going to have like the proposal laid out with your title page. Chapter 1 with the problem or the purpose, that's going to be 3 to 5 pages. Chapter 2, you're going to have the subheadings, annotated bibliography. It's going to change a bit in 605, but that's okay. Chapter 3 is your methods. That's going to be the 4th section. You're going to have references. That will be at least 16, and then the appendices. For now, it'll probably be the heading. That's what 605 is going to be. Again, if you look at the rubric, that'll give you a better overview of what all of that is. Every week, just about every week, I think, has discussions. Keep in mind, your initial post is due Thursday, and then 2 thoughtful comments are due Sunday by midnight. So if we have one discussion board post, there'll be a total of 3 things that you will be submitting. If there are 2 discussion boards, it's going to be a total of 6. So 2 initial posts and then 4 replies, 2 for each thread. And that is about it. Reach out if you have any questions. It's good to see a bunch of you again, and happy 580, happy 2020, everybody.